Okay, here we go. This is for pages 125 through page 127. We're still learning about Noah Webster, like we started off yesterday reading, and I'm actually at school now. I'm preparing to get everybody's work ready for tomorrow, and I'm going to read these pages to you so you can listen to them next week. Okay, so here we go. The War for Independence. The 4 years that Noah went to college were troubled ones for the American colonies. The American War for Independence was being fought. They wanted to be free from England. The Americans were fighting England for their freedom. Noah and all his classmates were excited to hear that George Washington had been chosen to lead the American army. How the students cheered when they read the Declaration of Independence for the first time. There was so much excitement that it was hard to study. A lawyer or a teacher. When Noah graduated, the war was still being fought. Noah had been a fine student. His parents were proud of him, but it was hard to find a job. The war had made many people poor. Noah's father had to sell his farm, and at last Noah decided, I must teach school. This did not make him happy. He wanted to be a lawyer, but the war had made most people too poor to hire a lawyer, and so he taught school. School still had too few books. Noah shook his head as he watched the older children pass one copy of the Bible from one person to the next. Likewise, the small children had to wait their turn to study from their primer. How much more I could teach them if each one had his own book, he thought. The need for American textbooks. The war with England was ending. Fathers would be coming home from their army. Some would send their children to school. Americans lived in a free country now, but the children were still reading about kings and queens in English school books. If America is to stay a free country, her children need to know how to read. They need to read what Americans write, not what Englishmen write. What these children need is an American textbook. The Blue-Backed Speller. So Noah began to write. He called his first book the American Spelling Book. Since it had a blue cloth cover, it became known as the Blue-Backed Speller. It began with simple blends. Ba, be, bi, ba, boo. As the student began to read words, Mr. Webster wrote truths that would help the children become a good American. He wrote, He is a fool that does not choose the best boys when he goes to play, for bad boys will cheat and lie and swear and strive to make him as bad as themselves. If you have done wrong, own your fault. For he that tells a lie to hide it makes it worse. That's what he wrote. Mr. Webster filled the speller with good things to read. He listed the names of different countries, what the people of each country were called, and the chief city in each country. Then he listed the states, chief towns, and people of America. There you see a list of the groups he made. Children who opened the covers of the Blue-Backed Speller for the first time were delighted. They had never had a chance to read the name of countries or cities before. For the first time, many children said, reading is fun. Millions of copies of the Blue-Backed Spellers were sold. Noah Webster did not stop with just one textbook. He wrote others too. He wrote about his country, the United States of America. He was proud of being an American. He wanted others to be as proud as well. And that is a picture of the American Spelling Book that he wrote.